little messy yesterday. Last Sunday, we were driving up to my parents' house up in the Cleveland area, one of the areas that got hit pretty hard, especially around my parents' house. There's like a bunch of creeks that run around it, so they all overflowed. The waters got really up to the driveway, barely to see the top of the mailbox. That's how much water was down there. I bring that up. Sometimes people are too prideful to ask for help. So if you know anyone that can use some assistance, let me know. I know Catholic Charities and the Diocese also reached out to me too, just asking if there's anyone out there. Like I said, sometimes people, maybe ourselves, just, we don't want to ask. We're just too embarrassed or whatever. So just keep that in mind with your neighbors. They don't have to be Catholic or anything like that. But with that, with rain, in the first reading from Isaiah, it talks about when it rains, it doesn't come back to our Lord void. So what he means is that when it rains, something is going to happen. It's going to cause an effect in something. The natural force of rain is that it vegetates and it encourages our plants to grow. It gives us water to drink. It gets us wet. Or as the case last week, we get too much of it, it floods and it causes damages. But rain does something. Something happens when it rains. And so too, in our first reading of Isaiah, our Lord speaks. Something happens. It doesn't go back empty. God's word is creative rather than descriptive. In our course of languages, we have both descriptive and creative words. By descriptive, I mean just describe something as it is. So I can say that the altar servers here are wearing white. Okay, descriptive. But it can also cause an action. Okay, a command. It can create something. So I can say altar servers stand. Okay, maybe not my word. Maybe my word doesn't, but many other words too. Okay, all right. They don't get right in this sense. So, with that in mind, we go to the Gospel of Matthew, and we move from Jesus' long discourse on missionary work, and now in the Gospel of Matthew, we're going to get into, I believe this week and the next 2 weeks, 3 parables of Jesus. Okay, 3 stories that talk about the reality of the kingdom and the reality of who He is. Okay, and it begins with this parable of the sower and sowing seeds. Again, a parable about God's word. Whenever you listen to a parable of Jesus, look for and listen for the weird moment. Okay? There's always something odd in the stories and parables of Jesus. Something that's out of place. Something that's like where the hearers are like, wait a second, that's a strange thing to do. And in this case, it happens right at the very beginning. For those who are gardening or very, have a passion for gardening, maybe pick up on it right away. What's the sower doing? Just casually throwing seeds around, not caring where it lands. Okay? The hearer of the gospel will say, wait a second, why do it that way? And as he throws the seeds just haphazardly, some falls on a path, which fish trample right away. We should seeds there. Some fall on rocky ground where there's very little soil, so when it sprouts up, it's very, the roots are very thin, very shallow, and so when the sun comes, it scorches it. We should seeds. And some fall along thorns. When it grows, the thorns choke it out. Wasted seeds. And then some falls on the rich soil. So we have to ask ourselves, why is he telling us? What's the point? The point seems to be this. As the sower those seeds, what's the mission of the sower? He wants every inch of soil to be covered with seeds. He doesn't want a part of the good soil not to get any seeds. And so the sower would rather he would rather just throw it everywhere, even if a lot of seed gets wasted. God's word will travel everywhere and reach everyone, where some people will not care, as represented by the seed that falls in the path. Some people just don't care. God comes, God dies on the cross for you, God plans His love for you, and people are uninterested. Or then other people where the seed falls on the rocky ground. Yeah, they believe, they're interested in it, but once there's some suffering, once their outlook on things is called into question, they immediately leave. Scorches. And then others, the seed falls on those thorns, and what the love, the riches, the borders of the world choke it out. Yeah, I believe, but I'd rather have the nice things. I'd rather have an easy, comfortable life. And if I'm the seed that falls in rich soil, what Grace Wedding says, 160 and 30-fold. A good harvest is 7-fold after Jesus' time. So it shows you this supernatural abundance of fruit that's provided for His people. So then we have to ask ourselves, are some people always just a path? Or some people always a rocky ground? Or some people always just the thorns? And if that's the case, well, why even bother? Right? Why even bother praying for them? And so I'll end with this story. One of my previous assignments, I won't say which one it is, there was a gentleman, a big, tall man, a little stocky, and I noticed him right away. Because you come to Mass in short sandals and a tank top, and he's there. You know what I mean? Not the best dress code, but he's there. I guess he's the type of guy that's like always hot. You know what I mean? Like you always want the AC on. Some bigger guys, a lot like that. Always have that AC on, even in the dead of winter. That type of thing. And eventually he came up to me, wanted to meet with me one-on-one. And wanted to go to confession. And the reason why he wanted to meet with me one-on-one is that his knees were bad, and he's a bigger guy, older guy. He just couldn't kneel, those little boxes. And so, we come to my office and we meet one-on-one. And, he says it's been, I think, over 40 years since his last confession. And, he's kind of at this time of his life where he's thinking about that. And again, not going into too much detail into the confession, he lived that type of life where he was away from church. Gives me the standard role when I was a young kid. I went to Catholic school, I was an officer server, all those sort of things. And then he joined the Navy and then just kind of went away from the faith for a very long time. And then I believe his mom died. And his mom was very devout Catholic. I remember him telling me that the reason why he was in my office, the reason why he was coming back to the faith after 40-something plus years, was because of the prayers of his mom and his sister. It took a long time, 40 years. And I bring up that story is that maybe in ourselves and in everyone, we're not just all path, we're all rocky ground, we're all thorns, we're all fertile ground, that within each of us, there's parts of us that are the path, there's parts of us that are the rocky ground, parts of us that are the thorns, there's parts of us that are the field, that within ourselves and within our souls, we have all 4 of these things. And God is just going to continue to rain down, to keep scattering His seed, His word, hoping to find that fertile ground within ourselves. Now, for some, maybe it's mostly thorns, mostly fertile ground, but because of that fact, God's going to persistently, whether you're a believer or unbeliever, whether you're faithful or unfaithful, there's just going to be this constant grace-pouring action of God into the hearts of everyone. Because it's this greatest desire of His life. He's created us, and He died on the cross for us, for the purpose of us entering into a communion with Him, into into a relationship with Him where He calls us to beloved sons and daughters of God the Father. That is ultimately what He wants. St. Paul uses the words, He even predestined us. Predestined us, meaning that from the very beginning, the plan was us to be part of the family of the Trinity. And God's going to keep trying. He's going to keep trying your loved ones who you wish were here, your loved ones who you wish that would come back to church. God has not stopped His pursuit. He has not stopped throwing those seeds. Hopefully one day, finding that rich soil in their lives. And so all I ask is like the prayers of that man and his mom, 40 plus some years. Keep the persistence. Don't fall into despair. Keep at it. One day God will find it. May God bless you.